Welcome back, everybody, here to our studio. It's our studio. We took over, Cap. It's all ours.
We planted a flag.
Ignore all this stuff in the background.
Much like America, we just plant a flag somewhere and take it.
Yep.
It's ours now.
It might be sponsored by Monster Energy. It might be the DreamHack Studio. But for today, it's all
Sponsored by ASUS ROG.
Yes.
But today, it's joinDOTA's.
Yep.
Anyway, we have a game. We have a game two. A game two that determines everything for this group. It determines whether or not we're going to have a three-way tiebreaker or if IG are going to be top of their group. It all comes down to this game two.
It does. It does. And DK, they played a fantastic game in the early game one of the series. IG is still not the IG you're expecting to turn up because they didn't play IG Dota. They played IG Dota.
Yeah, I think DK apparently. So Bruno sent me a tweet letting me know Scuderia.
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 DK Scuderia.
I like Scuderia. It sounds better.
Scuderia is actually
Let's change it to Scuderia.
Scuderia is how you would read this.
Yeah, it's got an IA at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
And so it's like
Scuderia.
Scuderia.
It just makes me think somebody in a scooter, you know.
Yeah.
Like a really fat guy who's like so fat that he can't really walk around, so he's in a scooter. That's not. Apparently, it means stable.
Are you trying to make it like Chubby Chase's DK?
No. Well, okay.
Or
apparently,
are you talking like all disabled people? Is what you say?
No. Apparently, it means stable.
Okay. Cool. DK stable.
DK Scuderia.
Scuderia.
Scooting around.
Oh, what I will call them.
Go get them, boys.
DKS to avoid all problems.
Yes.
Yes.
DKS. The lazy way.
It's like newbie Y. As opposed to newbie young. You just shorten it all. It's fine.
It's a newbie. Why?
To the game. To the draft. Let's go. It's already underway. Invictus Gaming, this time they'll be over on the Dire side. And DK will be moving themselves on to the Radiant for this one. But again, they'll ban out that Broodmother, so there's no off-lane kind of harassment. And IG decide they're going to take out the Wyvern in the first two. It was first in the first two pick up for DK in the last series. I mean, the last game.
Radiant.
So they'll just let it go. And there goes your Doombringer as well.
Do you first pick Ember?
Do you really want to first pick Ember, though?
See if you can get a second pick, maybe.
Like, you still got heroes like Queen of Pain available as well. Like, she doesn't seem to be getting through a lot more in that second phase. If you want to try and secure your mid. Like, who else is left, which is like your top pickups that you're searching for? Because I'm almost hoping IG don't pick up their mid solo with the early stages, so they can leave themselves open for going something like a TA on their Dire side, and getting something like that. Like, because they did run like TA as well as Slaughter was a nice little combo for them. They like actually keep their options open for like Brewmaster picks as well, if that's possible. So they start with something which is easy, aggressive, and make sure Chorn is going to be on the front lines. They grab the Spirit Breaker. This will be a support for IG.
Well, I mean, it could be the offlane. We've seen IG run Lilo Spirit Breaker before. Okay. In fact, it did really well versus Fantuan. Let's see.
I missed that game.
Seconds.
So I guess they pick up. Yeah, I mean, it happened this morning before you were here. So I don't blame you for missing it.
Was that the second game in the series?
So Queen of Pain or Ember Spirit, it was the first game of today.
Okay. In that case, my brain
It was at 0 Dark 30. So
0 Dark. Have we got an all marine on this sub? Have we?
Yeah. So DK Scuderia very likely to like go for what are the like Earthshakers in there.
I prefer to have like some direct control over the Spirit Breaker, and that's what Rubik will offer. That telekinesis grab and blocks it from IG.
The response is like Ember Spirit, Queen of Pain. I mean, it's probably going to be a Ferrari here. Otherwise, those two are going to be banned. Okay. Okay. Well, we saw IG, one of the few teams that does run Tiny Wisp, and they showed that earlier today, which I'm sure DK Scuderia know all about that. So they're probably going to be forced to ban Tiny as it's one of theirs.
Well, they take out the Ember Spirit to start with.
Are you really going to take away the Ferrari heroes and let them have Tiny Wisp?
It's dangerous. Unless they
Rabbit will be happy.
Unless they feel like IG are baiting them out with this Wisp, and they just say, you know what, maybe it's just going to be like a Wisp Bristleback offlane kind of style, and really difficult to deal with in that regard.
Oh yeah, very easily could be a bristleback. IG have run that before.
Yeah.
Rabbit's happy no matter what happens, essentially. Tiny, bristleback. I like CK. I'm not sure if the Chinese scene is open to that, but...
When was the last time? I don't remember the last time Luo played a CK.
Yeah, that's probably been...
It was a very long time. And we have last ban now from DK, so they have to make up their mind. Do they ban the Wisp Tiny combo? Are they worried about another combo that IG will provide?
Do you ban the Ferrari heroes?
Well,
do you take the Queen of Pain out of the pool?
But if you take the Queen of Pain out, then you can still actually have you can still have the Templar Assassin. You can still actually have the Queen of Pain. It's like the Tiny. It's
but I think those are two of the most valuable heroes for Ferrari right now: Ember Spirit and Queen of Pain. And there's the Earthshaker that we mentioned earlier. IG now have their choice. They can go with the Bristleback. They can also, like, you don't have to worry about your mid because the DK Scuderia had the SF, so you're not afraid of them taking the Queen of Pain away from you necessarily.
Your relocate combo is so good now.
Yeah.
Like the Earthshaker as well as the Rubik, like they got some control when you land, but it's not like something like the Disruptor has where you can glimpse them back. Unless you push this ES into the third position,
yeah, maybe
you don't actually have like great control over a relocate combo.
Maybe you want something though with a little bit more kill potential. I didn't actually think about that aspect of it, Toby, but you talking about the Spirit Breaker, the Wisp Bristleback doesn't actually offer you that much like relocate kill power, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the Spirit Breaker is going to be setting up. So if you did something like you know, Wisp Sven or something like, you know, that would have actually a lot more kill potential because you bring a stun to the table.
You know what you could do? You could just like walk at them. You get the Alchemist pickup, which is still available inside the core.
I was going to mention like...
And then you just tether and heal him up while he's healing himself up. You'll never kill the Alchemist because the Rubik and the ES and the SF, once you pop off your initial combo, the heal will kick in. So there's actually no... like. You've got control potential from DK, but to get through a big tanky hero that can be supported by the Wisp as well, it's not really there. So that's why you can still go for the Bristleback as well because of this.
You can still go for the aggressive playstyle of the Alchemist as well, where he plays the Blink Dagger and he plays with the Solar Crest.
Yep. Oh my, this is... Okay, how much would IG be thinking right now? Wait, we can get away with running, like... You can actually almost get away with running so much greedier lanes.
Oh, certainly. When you have a Rubik Earthshaker, especially the Rubik doesn't offer very much damage by himself. There's the Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
So I think you absolutely can get aggressive with your heroes. You pick up some decent lane domination. You're going to run probably Wisp Bristleback in the top lane. I think you could even go like back for the Darkseer.
Yeah.
And put actually, like a Spirit Breaker Darkseer off lane.
So you run two dual lanes. That's
no, that's maybe that's a little bit too little fight because DK's Scuderia do have a lot of. You'd be afraid at that point. Like, what happens if they duel right in their laning phase and 15 minutes happens and you've got Mech and a Night Stalker running around?
The funny thing is, like, the CK is actually still one of the greatest pickups they could get right now. Like the Spirit Breaker is a little bit more intimidation, but you find your physical damage you're searching for. You're finding that initiation in a way, the combos with the Wisp. Because the Bristleback still is this walking kind of fall guy. The Queen of Pain gives you initiation, but it's not going to be enough to find that very quick pick. So, I don't know. Or unless you could think of it from the other angle, where there's no Doom, the Night Stalker's got one stance, but he wants to use up the Queen of Pain. Can you get into something like the Brewmaster pickup and use him as your control factor?
That'd be an interesting idea. So what, you want to run the Wisp Bristleback in the off lane?
Wisp Bristleback dual off lane, the Queen of Pain in the mid, and then run the Brewmaster on the top with the Spirit Breaker early harassment to keep the Night Stalker out, who I'm assuming is your off laner.
Yeah.
And then he just charges himself around and helps out Queen of Pain when required. Because the Brewmaster can battle one-on-one with the Night Stalker. Like with Clap as well as Drunken Brawler, you should be okay. And you can almost screw with the Night Stalker by you actually leveling up Haze.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Reserve time.
What would be a matchup that would win against Night Stalker?
Radiant's pick.
And the Brewmaster would definitely do pretty well.
You know what you need? You need Ursa. There's your gank combo. Nice Stalker, you can't run from that.
Yeah, but then you have no control.
No, you don't. Which is why
that's the big thing. That's what I love.
The CK is still really good for that.
I'm really feeling the Bristleback as just the safe lane farmer here, but then I guess you'd have to pick up another
10 seconds to go.
Support or the dual lane that we were talking about earlier. Jesus, DK Scuderia.
Okay.
Like, fight.
Oh, with the life stealer as well. Okay, so you don't want anyone with high amounts of life, aka Bristleback. The Alchemist now becomes one of these odd picks. You don't really want to see it. The Ursa actually becomes even more viable because the life stealer's picked. But okay, is there kiting heroes? Maybe that's the other way we look at this for IG. That you got Night Stalker and Lifestealer
you pick up
running
like
at
a
you.
Viper safe lane up against the Night Stalker, and then okay, Templar Assassin. So you have.
Is it Ferrari TA though, or is it going to be?
I think so. It's Dire Side, Abuse of the Ancients. Queen of Pain is then operated as your safe lane solo with the aggro dual lane, and then Chuan rotating around maybe. The other side would be the off lane Queen of Pain, but off lane no. Queen of Pain Spearbreaker as a dual off lane. Actually, it's very similar to the Queen of Pain Undying dual off lane, which is actually pretty dangerous to face. I think that's the only way they make the Queen of Pain off lane work, because
it won't be though. Actually, no, it is because it's Lure on the Queen of Pain. And Rabbit on the Bristleback. So yeah, this is going to be a safe lane dual IG Bristleback Wisp. And you do get your dual off lane with Ferrari in the mid.
Yeah, technically Queen of Pain could be okay as a solo off lane here, because it's just that the carry of DK Scuderia doesn't offer his own hard disable. So you've got the Rubik, whose telekinesis isn't really, like, it's a good disable, but it's not, doesn't bring any serious damage. Yeah. And then you've got the Earthshaker Fisher, but I don't think that's enough to really kill the Queen of Pain by itself, because Lifestealer doesn't bring anything to the table. Yeah. He
really needs a Vessel Blade, or Night Stalker needs to be fighting during nighttime.
Yeah, but then you would just be kind of zoned out. I really feel like the best way is to run the Spirit Breaker with this Queen of Pain. I do believe that it was the correct choice in running Bristleback, unless you were going to go for like the Viper last pick, you know, and put Viper up against the Night Stalker in the top lane, and just really abuse that top laner as much as possible. I think that was only maybe Razor, I guess, would be the other hero that would abuse the Night Stalker off lane.
Could be really nice as well up against someone like a Lifestealer. But
yeah, he would actually. I really like that idea, but this idea is still very nice.
The draft's already done, Cap, so we can't go back and change it anymore.
No, Toby, we can go back in time. I hear DreamLeague has a time machine.
Really?
And a teleportation device, and something that will allow me to speak Chinese. So we can go back in time. I can teleport to IG and speak in Chinese and tell them.
Who would be our doc, though?
Are you saying we're Star Trek?
No, Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
Emmett Brown.
Yeah.
How'd you get to Star Trek from?
I don't know. I just doc, and it was sci-fi. I immediately thought.
Are you thinking Bones? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, exactly. That's immediately what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, Scriff is right. It would be Nahaz, but Nahaz isn't here. So of the people here, who would be Doc?
Nahaz actually couldn't be Emmett Brown because he's already Professor Oak. You can't have multiple personalities.
Don't mix our memes, Toby. That's how you get headaches the next morning. Mixing your memes.
No, I have headaches by having really weird freaking dreams. Paul Mort actually had to hear me talking about my dreams on the cab ride over here, and he's just like, man,
is he traumatized now?
I don't know.
Did you traumatize Mott?
He was traumatized because he only woke up like 10 minutes before we actually left the hotel. But yeah, I should apologize to Mort for that.
You want to tell the rest of the world your dreams?
I don't think they want to know.
While we wait for this pause.
I think there might be some certain game developers which would be a little bit angry about me too if I told them about the dreams.
Okay.
One of my dreams is literally just like going ham at one of the developers of a game I really enjoy. It was just like, you're screwing everything up! Darn! You destroyed what I loved. It's not Valve, guys. It's not Valve.
Toby, you live a little bit too much in the games.
Dude, I woke up in a head sweat. Like it was intense. My dreams is like, when people wonder, like they always say, like, oh, Toby, you're drunk, or like stop smoking stuff kind of thing. It's just like, no, that's actually just my mind that just affects my body.
Yeah, Toby's just a warped human being, guys. I really am. Don't put it on the, don't put it on the narcotics.
There is no artificial like colors or flavorings into this guy.
Yeah, he's just all natural crazy. Anyway, so the reason I was looking so hard at the Queen of Pain Spirit Breaker as an offlane is because I didn't like the Queen of Pain matchup against the Night Stalker solo.
Okay.
I felt a little bit off about that. I was like, okay, if you just like void spam as the Night Stalker, I think you do all right in that lane. And I really wanted something that would punish it a bit more.
That's what you look for, like the Spirit Breaker to come in with like an Orb of Venom early on and harass him out of the lane.
Yeah, if you actually give the Queen of Pain an experience advantage via zoning the Night Stalker, and then he can rotate out, even just like
they saw Super go into the pit.
He's fine.
He can tether himself away to Ferrari. Whoop. So yeah, he'll escape out. But it's gonna be Quap as well as SF who get the bounty rune. So it goes to the safe lane Luo, who's looking for an early null talisman by the looks of it for this Queen of Pain.
With the Wisp Bristleback bottom, I guess they wouldn't actually have that much. Oh yeah, a Night Stalker has really high starting armor, so they would actually be very bad again at zoning out the Night Stalker. This makes a lot more sense. Plus the fact that little Super here is going to be able to rotate over and stack up the Ancients sometimes, and just leave Rabbit alone in lane. Because that's what happens against a Wisp lane. Like, you never know when he's ready to tether in or not, so you have to always presume he's there.
Yeah. This also helps make up for the lack of farm which the Bristleback's going to get in the lane. Like, you can sit close and get a little bit of, like, experience leech, but that's basically all. Man, I also want to keep my eyes closely on this mid. Ferrari's already up at level 2, and he's got the SF down so low. If Ferrari plays this really aggressive, he can make it so the SF will basically have to burn through every bit of mana he's got in order to get the bottle. And then it's so important he gets that, like, that 2-minute rune so the SF can play catch-up.
What do you think the value on these heroes are, Toby? If you look at Ancient stacking, right? Who do you give it to? Do you give it to the Templar Assassin, or do you give it to the Bristleback for him to, like, because he may not get that much farm at bottom?
You definitely want to have a lot in the Bristleback because Bristleback is your frontline farmer. So you need to be able to have him, like, tank up against heroes like Lifesteal and Night Stalker as well as the SF.
Yeah.
Where TA is kind of like that range bit of damage. And I don't think you need to give it to Ferrari, because Ferrari's already going to do so well in your mid lane. Remember, he's Mr. Consistency. So you just let him do his work in mid, and you give everything you can to the Bristleback.
Well,
the problem they have
be
is it just got sentry warded, so...
Yeah, exactly. Little Supers missed the initial stack, and then they obviously saw, thanks to this ward, the Earthshaker rotate over and place the counter ward. So they know the Ancients is blocked. They're not going to try it anymore. They're just going to focus on controlling runes now. The best play for them. Spirit Breaker's a great rotating hero, so he can sit on top lane every single time. SF will never challenge him for that. And then obviously the Wisp would love to be able to refill his bottle constantly. So they're just going to keep a lot of aggression at bottom lane, which works out. I mean, honestly, I think that this could be fine, really. I think the Wisp maybe should spend more time in the middle lane, or the bottom lane, because the Bristleback is really valuable against Night Stalker, or Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is a strength hero with very low armor.
Night Stalker, you said, was going to be farming up with Void. He's currently 6-1 up against the 12-for-4 of Luo. And Luo has managed to find himself a stack over on the side, which he's denying up a couple of his creeps to as well. So this is definitely not the dream for the Night Stalker. He's getting levels, and it's going to get a little bit easier for him once he hits nighttime. But I'm also waiting to see the presence of Chuan. Like, he gets the Orb of Venom. This is like basic item for a Spirit Breaker.
Yeah.
But if he now charges top lane, and Luo gets his Shadow Strike off, and he's going to. There's your Blink. He's still got only a level 1 Scream. And Chuan, okay, that's a level 1 charge.
Nice
and he actually just stops Chuan in his tracks. But Chuan needs to man him out. Like, he needs to be able to man fight against the Night Stalker and push him out of the lane.
Yeah, I started watching it. Night Stalker is getting out CS'd a lot heavier than he should be for a melee hero. He's not gonna destroy the Queen of Pain or anything. But I figure you spam out Void against the Queen of Pain because she's pretty low HP pool. Maybe you Void a couple times for CS as well. You're probably going to pick up a bottle eventually. The Night Stalker will just do, okay, right? And that's all the Night Stalker needs to do. He just needs to get his level 7, and he starts having impact during the nighttime duration. He roams around the map and gets kills via his spammable nuke and silence.
And Ferrari got a little bit crippled for a moment there. The courier wasn't flying for IG. It was just a walking courier for 45 seconds of the potential time it could have been flying. And they were waiting because they made it so that Super was the one that actually bought the flying courier. They're trying to get these boots up on the Spirit Breaker so Chuan can be even more effective in the lane. It didn't really hurt TA that much. But it's just one of these things when you're going up against an SF, you kind of want to have every bit of advantage you can possibly get, because SF's now doing his stacks. And this is something which we didn't see for Ferrari in Game 1, because the stacks just weren't there. But this time the SF has help. And Super, okay, this is troublesome. Pick up, but he'll tether himself away. Lifestealer goes for the open wounds, and then he's going to get the second hit in as well. The Rage making sure that nothing's going to stop him. And that's first blood to DKS.
Yeah. First great rotation from the Night Stalker. Well planned out. And even had himself a TP scroll ready to go to the top lane to collect his experience.
It is, however, still only a kill on a Wisp. Like, you still got, okay, top lane. This Night Stalker is dead. The tether will come in, so Luo will have a little bit of extra speed to keep up with the Night Stalker. And Sean, he's got charge off cooldown in 2 seconds time, but the Shadow Strike Tick will do the work. So you kill 2 heroes on the off lanes. It's the support from IG. And looks like even SF is, okay, he's just taking a lot of damage from the stack, nothing more. But it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. It's an offlaner for a support. I'm still struggling to see when this lifesteal is going to be really, really effective.
Well, it'll be effective with the Night Stalker a little bit later on into the game when he's able to use that infest.
I'm still just then seeing the problem of, like, what happens if there's TA traps down and he starts getting nasal good once his rage wears off. Like, how does Lifestealer keep up with IG with all the slows and control they do offer? Even Spirit Breaker, he's got that potential for a 17% bash. So you still actually have that control factor on the Lifestealer even if he's inside of rage.
No, I agree with you. I don't think Night Stalker's Lifestealer's a great hero here.
Oh,
17%!
That actually allows Sean to get in front and start the body block. Then you're slow to follow up. The Meld's taking away all of his armor. And Templar Assassin's going to find another kill. Sorry, it wasn't the Meld, it was just the basic right click that was doing the work. A level 4 refraction.
Yeah,
it looked like he actually hit him with Meld.
Yeah. Oh, nice Fisher. Actually hits 2, stops the charge. The level 2 Inside Blades helps out a lot when farming up the Ancients. So, and considering you're going up against a Shadow Fiend, unlikely that you're going to get really good meld opportunities. But yeah, I mean, the Lifestealer, he's not very good versus Templar Assassin. Like, he has low armor. He can't really do much about refraction very easily. He's actually not that good versus Bristleback because Bristleback has damage reduction from his passive Bristleback, as well as he typically built into some sort of armor. So he's going to be okay there. Like, he's more about damage reduction than he is about strength and tanking up on HP. You've got the Luo, who obviously is the Queen of Pain. Like, has problems being locked down by the Night Stalker, but if that's not there, easily kites around the Lifestealer. And then the Spirit Breaker. Like, he's a great kiting hero against the Lifestealer because he provides his own set of bashes.
Yep. We've got ourselves a quad stack being farmed up right now by IG. That's actually given Super a full level and given Rabbit actually just shy of like a level and a half because he did start this before Super arrived. But there's so much money now arriving into the back of the Bristleback, and it's the levels for Super, meaning this relocate comes on a little bit earlier. Lifestealer, he's just legging this up. So is the Night Stalker. They're coming in deep to try and fight this. Now, Super, he is out of bottle charges, and they're running to the tree line, but he'll just tether himself over, and they're spending a lot of their time just chasing. Luo TP's up, and he's got himself that Sonic Wave available, and the SF, he's taking out the last big granite golems. And I'm wondering if IG let them do this. The Observer Ward's getting dewatered out. They move forward, and there goes your Sonic Wave. Chorn charging through with the Scream. The damage is going to be enough to pick up the Rubik nice and early off, but Chorn not isolated fully, but he'll still be killed off before he can run back up to the high ground. Night Stalker trapped in the river. That TA trap was actually put in preparation almost a minute ago for DKS to come and contest this. So a 2-for-1 trade-off. You lost a couple of the Ancients to the SF.
Yeah, it's actually fairly even because it's 350 gold that DKS took away by being able to get the Ancients. So in a way, that's actually a fair trade-off for both sides.
And first rotation of Queen of Pain as well for the Sonic Wave. And yeah, like, that's the trade-off you get.
Very long cooldown. It's still concerning that the Night Stalker's only level 4, but...
It's concerning also IG didn't bring anyone back up to that top lane. Lure could have gone down to pick up a TP scroll, but instead now they're pushing him. He's actually walking to the top lane. The charge is coming to the Night Stalker at the moment, but he's getting space to get levels and farm. This is not the thing right now for IG to allow to happen.
Yeah, which is why they're immediately going to put pressure on him. They may not have the Sonic Wave, but if they get lucky with their bashes, there won't be an escape. He buys it? Oh,
No.
he should have bought a TP.
He was walking like he's looking for a TP. With a 17% chance, he kind of knew he has a very low chance of survival here. The TP support's coming in, and Luo's pretty low. The Rubik will come up, pick him and throw him backwards. But Chuan, with a follow-up Fisher, there's still not enough damage to charge forward by Chuan. He can just keep bashing through to him. And there's nothing else the Urshin can do. There is actually... Okay, Luo blinks forward. Too much damage from the tower. 40 life. Chuan, where's at 17? Not going to be there. Now it'll be there. That's confidence with a capital Luo.
Yeah, I think Nightstalker actually really should have bought a TP, and what he could do there is he puts the crippling fear on the Spearbreaker, and just goes, okay, 17% chance to hit a bash, and you have a 10% miss chance on you. What are the chances you actually hit me with that bash while I TP away? Very unlikely. So the Nightstalker does go down. Not too big of a deal. I mean, it's going to be the next nighttime that makes or breaks a Nightstalker. Yeah. The first nighttime is usually like a little bit ineffective, or it's farming time, depending on the situation. It's the second nighttime where you usually have your level 7.
The charging again on top. Luo's got Sonic Waves. This is a guaranteed kill. With the TP support coming in, Luo can just wait and throw it out. The mech charge does arrive at the right time, and the raises. I don't think IG were really expecting this as they lose Chuan on this top. But they really still could have had that kill. The Sonic Wave throw would have taken out the Nightstalker.
Yeah, maybe Luo just assumed that they were going to get the kill otherwise, or maybe he didn't even value
he didn't know about
the
the mech.
that
Like
much.
the mech was only picked up like 30 seconds previous to that, and it wasn't shown by the SF. So he probably thought, you know what, the TP support comes in, but it's not going to save the Nightstalker. I hit 2 with the Sonic Wave. Oh, the mech comes in. There's no point anymore. I'm not going to kill the Nightstalker.
Dire structure.
Is this a Yule's build on SF?
It looks like it.
Oh.
That's the only reason you go for an early Voidstone. I doubt it's a Lincoln's.
Yeah,
or a Scythe.
You don't really go...
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged.
I mean, oftentimes with this build, you'd go Yule's Blink, BKB, right? And the mech stalls up the Yule's Blink enough that you usually don't go for it, but maybe this is... Maybe I've missed that.
Maybe he's also feeling a need to control IG. Like, I'm talking about the problems getting kited, like DKS getting kited. If you can Yule Scepter and just go into that Requiem, no one's really got an escape mechanism apart from the Queen of Pain, unless Spirit Breaker's going to charge in and stop you. Like, that's kind of it. So it should be a guaranteed kill with that Yule Scepter. Or maybe a little bit of space to get away from that Bristleback and all of the Quill Spray stacks. The Bristle, by the way, did go for the mech build.
You know the drill.
So he's all about the tank and the Queen of Pain. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a Dagon build from Luo or if he's considering going for Necro build in this game for the Queen of Pain.
No breaking,
or if he's thinking about a Yule Scepter as well. It really doesn't seem like a Yule Scepter build for, like a Yule Scepter game for him. Unless he's worried about the silence from the Nightstalker, and then the Yules will help him break free.
And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I guess the right SF combo.
It's definitely a Yules. Like, he's got the Yules recipe.
Yeah, it's potential. Like, the Queen of Pain is particularly susceptible to it because it's actually fairly easy to hit the Yule Scepter combination on a Queen of Pain because she has such a long blink animation.
I wonder where the Life Stealer is.
Yeah.
In the Ancient Granite Golem.
The old Golem strat.
Just punching the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They lose a lot of armor when Ferrari hits him with the meld. They're just having a lot of trouble with that Golem.
Yeah, they've got decent heroes to take down a Golem. Templar Assassin's great with the single target focus and physical damage and minus armor. And then you have this Quill Spray that's going to be spammed out as well. So given the abnormally large amount of strength from an Ancient Creep.
Found the openings on the Earthshaker. Will be picked up, thrown away, but not in time. Had to blink himself up. The TA Trap's already winding up, but SF throws out the Requiem himself. Hits very hard in the Super with that raise, but Super has the one chance to repair the life, and then a huge Sonic Wave. The mech will repair a large chunk of that damage, but Ferrari looking for the side blade spill. You still actually have the Life Stealer in the middle of this fight. There's your Death Requiem. There's 3 heroes, about to be 5 heroes lost for DKS, because there is no way this Nightstalker is going to survive. A double kill for Luo. The Life Stealer was popped by the Templar Assassin, and that is the momentum fight that IG was searching for. Not just for the fight, but also for the Roche.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced by it when Alliance tried to use the Life Stealer this way, and I still think that it's not really a game-winning plan. And you kind of see it there. DK Scuderia, that's the only reason you would pick up a lifestealer in this game, is just to try and abuse the Ancient fact. The first round goes to IG. We'll see if maybe like the next 2 rounds somehow change things for DK Scuderia, but that just seems very unlikely. IG are in a pretty dominant position now with the amount of gold that they just picked up. Queen of Pain now has a Yule Scepter. You're going to see the Bristleback get really big because he chose to go for the mech first for obvious reasons, right? When he's coupled with a Wisp, double the amount of heal, it's so much sustain for a Bristleback.
Yeah.
So he can be on the front lines and draw a lot of attention.
It's just too easy for IG when you look at what they've gotten. DKS needed momentum. Like, they really needed to have momentum here. The Lifestealer, like, having an armor is nice for him, but there's enough burst damage, and I'm saying burst damage even from the physical damage of the Bristleback. When he hits level 11 and that Warpath becomes even stronger for him, the damage output, which is going to be pumped out, is going to be enough where Lifestealer, like, the armlet toggle will not be able to protect him. The Mel Strike from Ferrari will do the work. Right now it's a relocate to top lane, and it's Super coming in with Rabbit. They actually bash back the SF. He's going to wind up for the Requiem. There are 30 souls in this one, so it's decent damage. And with the follow-up raises, Luo dies very, very quickly. The Urshik is on the run out of here, almost being denied up by these trolls, who are not happy there's a fight in their front doorstep. But Ferrari with that Mel Strike, it's not enough to kill the Rubik off. It ends up being a 2-for-1 trade-off with that relocate save from Super going to the bottom lane. They'll relocate back out again. Not the greatest fight for IG.
Ferrari is loving this Blink Dagger change. With the refraction, you know, the whole thing where if you don't take damage, it doesn't actually disable the Blink Dagger. I mean, he got telekinesis stopped earlier, but he had refraction to save him, was able to blink out of that precarious scenario. Yep. In that situation, he's able to just go, like, kind of all in for attempting to one-shot the Rubik and bounce himself out with a pretty ideal amount of safety, just because DK Scuderia don't really have a good way of clearing through that refraction quickly.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Yeah, every single attack they do when they come in is either burst damage or it's requiring you to be in point blank range with a Templar Assassin, which means you're going to be Meld Striked.
I wonder if this is Halberd for Rabbit. I actually think that would be a great choice.
It could just be a casual SMY later on, though.
Yeah. The active of the Disarm is pretty good against heroes that don't have magic immunity, like the SF not choosing to go for the BKB route means it's okay against him, but it's the Talisman of Evasion that is actually the bigger factor for me.
Is it worth giving up the movement speed for it? Looks like we'll actually go for a mid lane first. Lifestealer, that rage really protects him a hell of a lot. And they've already triggered this mech. Rabbit wants to keep the charge going, Super sticking up with him as far as he possibly can. That tether not breaking, and now, yep, SF, your charge comes in from Chorn with a Sonic Wave, hitting all of DKS. This is the way to do it, until the Fissure buys a little bit more space and Chorn will end up dying. You actually steal Sonic Wave. The Echo Slam from the Urshik is going to help out here, but wrong, he doesn't have enough life to help out. The life steal's already got 3 core stacks on him, and only 60 life. He cannot get himself back up in time. So IG, they lose a Spirit Breaker. You do give away a big ultimate, but you're going to take a tier 2 tower as well for this.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker has natural, like, 7 armor at this point, which is a pretty good amount. Bristleback is hovering anywhere from 14 to, like, 18 armor
They're coming back in
these fights. Like, the Lifestealer just can't focus anybody down. The best he could go for is, like, the Wisp or something.
Yeah,
but
he's never going to get the Wisp. Because whatever target the Lifestealer goes on, the Spirit Breaker is just going to charge him down or bash him up. And this is where my concern was initially for the Lifestealer. Like, this is why Lifestealers used to have to buy Blink Daggers so they could stay inside the fight. But it's almost like he's got Refraction, he's got Rage, so he's got himself like an early BKB, but he can't always have that maneuverability, which we're seeing Ferrari, and you mentioned before, like, Ferrari manipulates so well. And now Rabbit's in a position where he's almost able to solo the SF. And Ferrari jumps forward. The Desolator going to work. It's -8 armor. The Yule Scepter will kick up as another great Fissure, but there's no Echo Slam. It's the Solar Sonic Wave that hits so well. But What more can they do? The Queen of Pain is down. The Rubik is dying in the tree line at the moment. One more attack will do the work, but they've lost their Wisp. And Rubik, okay, the Quill Spray is able to reach up high enough. And Rabbit locked in the tree line. Now DKS can get some sweet, sweet revenge. The Bristleback can't do anything more. He's trying to turn himself around. And he just cannot do it.
I mean, just look how long. Look how long it took for the Lifestealer to actually kill that Bristleback, though. When he's focusing on a Bristleback, that was like, what, 10 hits or something when Bristleback was already at half HP?
Like, if the Lifestealer had himself like a Desolator or something like that, maybe he'd actually have damage to do this. But he almost needs an Abyssal Blade to do what he needs to do after finishing up the S and Y.
All right, so the Aegis is now down. IG not able to utilize that in the best scenario. But it was really the Sonic Wave steal from Wrong that set that whole entire team fight up. If they don't get hit by that 3-man Sonic Wave, IG continues to fight outside of those tree area and win.
But IG should have known, because the Sonic Wave was stolen during the last fight.
They probably just didn't anticipate that positioning from Wrong.
Chuan? Lifestealer wants to go on him. He's going to Nether Strike back. Luo, okay, yeah, they just let him die. Did he just steal Nether Strike too?
Yeah, it doesn't really do much, though. If you want an instant pseudo blink onto a hero, then yeah, that Nether Strike's your gal, but...
Trouble brewing.
The Bristler's going to go for the SMY. Yeah, that was the one thing we didn't come back to, because I didn't really see the upside of sacrificing your movement speed in the game of Kite.
No, the thing is, it's just different playstyles. If you are operating under the assumption that Whis is with you all the time, then you don't need the movement speed from SNY, because you're actually going to get into a dangerous territory where you're too fast for the Wisp. Too fast, too furious. Like, he's going to be running around so fast, like, you know, near 500 movement speed. It's going to be tough for Little Super to keep up
Ferrari.
with his little legs.
Oh, Earthshaker! There's a relocate coming in as well. It's going to bring Rabbit, and Lifesteal thought he had a chance here. They'll back up. The Lifesteal... Night Stalker actually comes into this fight too. Metal Strike stolen by Rubik, so he's got something to work with into the tree line for now. But the Night Stalker being nasal gooed up, they'll relocate back out. And now it's both TA as well as the SF. The refraction's already up, so that SF Volty does practically nothing. And the Rubik almost dies from the spill attack.
You think he goes for Rabbit here?
Wait, what the hell was Chuan doing in the back line then? He kept the charge going and ended up dying in between the tier 2, tier 3 tower.
I think he thought he could take...
They killed Rubik. Rubik is dead. Like, one more Quill Spray stack and...
Just go on Super, go on Super, go on Super!
I don't know what
no, what is he doing?
He's like, oh, he's going to save the mana and
He could have gone. He could have double melded. He could have right-clicked. Like, earlier I was looking at Rabbit and going like, okay, he's decently low if you meld, right-click, meld again, right-click, and then Fate Bolt. That's like, what, 600 damage? That could be close enough, but you easily could kill Super once he got close enough. Instead, he just died. It's like, maybe if I just stay very, very still.
Isn't that what you're meant to do? Play dead?
Maybe he mistook the Spirit Breaker roar for a T-Rex roar. He was just like...
If I don't move, you won't notice I'm alive or I exist. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm just a tree. All of a sudden... becomes a vegetarian and starts eating trees.
Ferrari's real big, though. I wonder if he's going to try and complete the Daedalus.
Or go to BKB.
Or go, for that BKB. It might be necessary. The Earthshaker Rubik Night Stalker will cause you issues in that they'll disable you.
But then again, like, they still have to get through the refraction charge.
Yeah, that's why I said disable, not kill. Just they'll disable you. They'll cause some issues where you won't be able to get damage out for some time.
Considering how much space Ferrari's been able to find with just having refraction charges allowing him to blink, I would probably say he'd finish the Daedalus. And you also saw what he did to that Earthshaker on bottom lane. Like, that Earthshaker, 1 minute he was there, the next he was gone. In fact, I don't think a minute is too long a time frame. 1 second he was there, the next he was gone.
Yeah, I think BKB it might be a little bit better for Ferrari because they're going to BKB on Rabbit. If they just, get 2 different BKBs on their heroes, like, BKB is a great way to control the advantage that you have and make sure it's not really possible to throw. For example, in the situation where the SF hits the Yules, you don't have refraction, you can pop BKB.
Fresh blink on the Earthshaker. Infest is also inside of him, and they send Rabbit up into the air. Requiem, yeah, you're not doing that there. it was going to have no effect. I actually just want to outrun them. And there's your first void. Ferrari's still got this blink available. He's refusing to use it as Rabbit comes to front lines. There's your charge. And he hit the Earthshaker, canceling the Echo Slam. The Sonic Wave will arrive. Chuan will still go down. The Echo Slam is not being used. He's in range of 2 heroes. And now actually hitting Ferrari as well in the tree line. But Ferrari, he just sits off the side, throwing out the damage. Doesn't have refraction. The Yules goes up, but it's just keeping live stealer control for now as Luo wants to finish up the Night Stalk. He's actually denied up by the trolls on the side. And the fight for DKS going so well. It's actually a 4-for-2 trade-off, as if we do not count the denial, and Super will glimmercape himself away to safety as the sole survivor for Invictus Gaming.
What? Oh man!
Look at the swing! Look at the swing in the experience and the gold.
You know what that was? That
was that?
That was a 50% mischance during nighttime. You realize, like, Ferrari missed 4 hits in a row or something absurd. You saw him, like, he cleared through like 2 heroes, and then he got the miss percentage chance on him, and then he was like, hit. He's just not doing anything. He's not finishing off these heroes, and
just BKB now. BKB next time.
Yeah, yeah. Now they've got the BKB. Again, make sure that those kind of fights are controlled a lot better.
Yeah. That was messy for IG. And that was hope for DKS. Like, they kicked back.
If they stop Roshan like that, there could be 2 really big plays in a row. DKS winning a fight in the top lane and then contesting Roshan.
That's so hard, though. Like,
they'd have to go right now.
Ferrari is going to arrive. And -2 armor already on Roshan. Now it's -17 armor on Rock. He's meant to be a boss.
Yeah, that was...
He is a kitten.
He's no longer a rock golem.
They just killed a kitten.
Got downgraded to a flesh golem. He had no protection.
Oh my. Well, there's your Aghanim Scepter for the Night Stalker. So the perks of the fight start kicking in for DKS. You're actually building into an Assault Cuirass for the Life Stealer. I'm not quite sure how much I believe in this, but considering how much armor changes IG are inflicting, you kind of needed something. But he went the Hyperstone to start with, instead of going for something like the Plate Mail. So
yeah, I'm fine with the AC. The question mark about the Hyperstone versus the Plate Mail, I can see where he's coming from. He may be just going like, okay, we just don't have enough damage. I have to... Because he's also going to be the one, probably one of the last heroes targeted. Because he's oftentimes investing inside their initiation.
It's going to be Luo, the blink followed by Rubik, almost over-blinking the target, and they do find the kill. That's a relocate coming in from Super. Yeah, he realized it. He actually cancelled the tether the second the Queen of Pain was dead. It's like, okay, there's no point me bringing anyone to help. So they lose 2 heroes here, and DKS, by themselves, even more breathing room. It wasn't the big fight around Roshan, but it was... It was something good.
Enough for them to be able to take a tier 1 tower, which is significant.
They're charging the mid. Look at Night Stalker's positioning too. He comes behind the tower, so they know there's no support. The Yule Scepter up, into the Requiem themselves. TA is in point-blank range, but Refraction and BKB Protector, 2 hitting down the Rubik. Now Ferrari has no Refraction. Meld will be there. The Razors, the BKB was still up, so the Fidget has no effect. And then the blink away into the tree line. Goes after Lifestealer. Again, another Meld going to go to work. The T1 tower fortification finds a little bit more time. Ferrari now Refraction charges back up. Blink Dagger 1 second, and he has the Aegis model and Lifestealer. Man, he just got impaled on TA's side. And they're going to find more. It's Bobo on the run out of here. He'll actually tick out to the Shadow Strike. It looks like Whisper's hack will do the work.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that was Lifestealer turning off his armlet.
It looked like it. It
at
really
the
did
same
look
time
like
as he got hit by that. So he just like, it looked like he took way more damage than he should have. But that was absurd. I mean, the moment they didn't have vision, I'm not sure why they would stick around to play that fight. Of course Ferrari's going to cut you. He still has an Aegis too. Like, he's just going to meld, hit. And now, well, they may lose a lane of racks.
Oh, they're going to lose more than that. That Deadless recipe is flying in. You've actually still got parts of like BKBs arriving for the other heroes of IG. So the damage output is there, because there's no club for Chorn and there's a Mithril Hammer for Rabbit.
I love Templar Assassin sometimes. I mean, it's
really
just so funny to watch her one-shot people.
Is that the reason? That's slightly masochistic of you.
Sadistic, Toby.
Sadistic?
Masochistic would be if I was playing on DKS right now and I was going, I love me a Templar Assassin, man. That would be if I was the Rubik and I was praising the Templar Assassin and talking about how fun it is to play against her, that would be masochistic.
I shall correct for future broadcasts. You like Dictionary Corner. Have you ever thought about doing a countdown show?
We don't have those in America.
Really? We'll get you one.
Oh, okay, thanks, Australia. Send us your broadcasting.
Well, actually, it's more of an English thing. But okay.
Yeah. No, I've seen the show.
You already did that with Whose Line Is It Anyway?
All right, BKB and a plate mail completed for the Bristleback.
He's just so damn strong. The funny thing is, though, like this Queen of Pain's actually building into a Scythe of Vice. This lifestealer's life's going to get even harder, as well as the SF, because the SF has only got this Yule Scepter, so he can set up for the Fires, which is what the Yule's been used primarily for. But once this Scythe of Vice is up for the Queen of Pain, the SF doesn't have his BKB. Even if he does, he's probably still going to get Hexed before he get the BKB off. So the SF will die without actually having any influence of the fight whatsoever.
Buildings are tough as nails.
That's if IG get the initiation they're searching for. Which shouldn't be too difficult. Like, the biggest problem they've got is that unobstructed vision of the Night Stalker.
Yeah, it actually is. Just the fact that they're going to lose a lot of their vision, so it's very likely DKS are going to be the ones initiating fights.
Also, they finished the AC.
So, you never know. Big Echo Slam combination. Something could happen with that. That's really the only way DKS can win a fight right now.
Yeah. They're going to sacrifice buybacks here. So the Lifestealer sacrifices his to finish up the Assault Cuirass. They really need the Aura, and the only other buyback they've got is from the Shadow Fiend. Everyone else is a little bit short. It's only 50 gold short for the Night Stalker of his. But if he dies, that also means they lose the gem. And then the Glimmer Cape. Well, they've only got the one over on the Wisp, but it might be the difference between life or death, for, as well as the meld for the TA.
Life or death. Which one is it going to be? DKS, 5-man smoke. This is pretty much their all-in. If they lose this fight, I think they lose the game entirely.
Their smoke broke. Lifestealer chased a little bit too close towards the Bristleback. And now Bristle just stands on the high ground. They back up. In fact, IG are going to smoke and then loop around. And their line is being drawn to say, you know, let's go down south. We move now past this Radiant Observer Ward, which is placed. And DKS have to prepare a trap. Like, IG are not fighting them. Okay, they're not even going to prepare the trap. They're backing up. They want to fight inside their base.
And they really should make sure the Night Stalker is the first one who, like, just positioning-wise, they need to get that straight.
Yeah.
Right? Don't leave your SF on the right-hand side of things while your Night Stalker's on the left-hand side. As you can see, things can go wrong.
SF hexed up. There goes Lure with a Sonic Wave. The damage is enough to kill up the SF. He'll come back out with a making a big Echo Slam. Chorn's going to go down, and now the Lifestealer can actually do some work. Or maybe, well, can he? Rabba's just working his way in there, killing up the Earthshaker in the tree line. Ferrari still needs a way out of here, and he cannot find one. The buyback's coming from Chorn, and he charges back into Lifestealer. Goes for Nether Strike. 70% attacks him in as well. And where is the damage? The Rubik Control is doing its work, and Lifestealer jumping in and out of that Infest is still alive and still fighting. Battling after Rabbit. There's your open wounds. Everyone gets Lifesteal, and Rabbit will die. IG have a disaster of a fight in the mid lane.
Oh, man, that was the Echo Slam we were talking about earlier, Toby. Chuan, the Earthshaker, it just didn't seem to do much in game number one. We had some big question marks, but the Earthshaker made the initiation that kind of won them the fight. I mean, he hit like 3 or 4 heroes, and even then I was just like, is this going to be enough? But with the Lifestealer being able to munch on so many heroes there, and him not having to use the Infest at any point in time, obviously allowed him to get out at a critical venture.
What is this? IG, please, why do you do this to my heart? The tier 3 tower is going to be carved apart. TA does not want to fight back. And now Rabbit. Okay, there it is. They'll fight back. They need to get exit kills right now. The Lifestealer TPing out. They got the Hex. They're canceling the Yule against the SF. This could be big. And the SF is just like, screw it. Fine. I'll take your Rax. Okay, no, I won't take your Rax. I'll get charged by a Mad Cow. Slicing my team in two with a bread knife. They have double buyback, so DKS shouldn't lose anything here, but they had such an advantage! They had such an advantage!
Well, we now have a real ball game, Toby. That's what's going on.
No, someone took a pin to that ball and just threw it out the window, completely exploded.
Well, it's a much more even game now, Toby. That was my my point. IG, they're still in control of this game, and they'll still look really good going forward. But DKS have this like beam of light that just kind of shone down as soon as the Chuan hit that. Or sorry, I keep saying Chuan.
Yeah,
but for whatever reason, it's in my head.
It's Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo.
Boboka.
It was just from last game because Chuan was playing the Earthshaker.
Yeah. This Earthshaker's done a lot more work in this game.
Yeah.
A lot more work.
Oh, okay. That's free Roshan.
Like
Ice Frog himself just like gets into the console of this game. Dash spawn double damage. Dash spawn Roshan. Aegis and cheese for IG. All right. Who knew Ice Frog was a Chuan fanboy? Or maybe he's a big fan of the pianist.
That's obviously the big reason why like there's such a heavy Chinese invite to the majors. So then IG have an easier path to qualify for the major as well. It's conspiracy theory. The moon landing never happened.
I'm not sure if I could work out that theory in your head to my head, Toby, but we're going to see IG move forward. The uphill push.
Let's focus on what everyone else knows and what is not insanity. The Fisher, Rubik, actually, well, there's that move, the pick up and the Bristleback throwing it back. Ferrari's trying to do the damage, but the mech still repairs a lot. Now the Ferrari, he's losing so much life, he can't melt or refract. Now he can do so. The Sonic Wave, wide ball going out from Luo.
Oh, the Echo Slam!
From Bobo, he catches Rabbit. Ferrari, the bloody refraction. He's able to blink himself away to safety once again. He is on the way home. As IG retreat after mistakes were made, but the mid lane's pushed in so far that DKS cannot capitalize on this situation.
Yeah, okay, I can see what's happening, Ice Frog. Refraction literally dies as he blinks. The Sonic Wave was the last tick of damage to remove Refraction. I don't know how Ferrari got that lucky, but he did.
Oh, he's so good.
Oh, Jesus.
Scuderia is now done as well for the SF. He's actually going to buy... Actually, can he buy out for this? Did he have enough? He needs the point booster, so he needs the top wave farm. But then he's got himself this. And yeah, Night Stalker. They see Luo. The Fisher will fly. And there it is. Bobo once again. Give this man basically a star. He has played so damn good in this game.
Now have a Scotty. All of a sudden, SF has real damage.
Now, real control as well. The Bristleback can now actually get kited as well. This is really problematic for him. The BKB doesn't protect him. And look at DKS. They're getting ready to jump. But there is no Echo Slam this fight. They don't have Darkness available. Like, we've just hit Nighttime, which is good, but there's no amplification of that.
This may be a similar scenario to last time they tried to push an IG because there's a buyback on Queen of Pain.
Okay, yeah, there is. You're right.
So,
did she just get that? I looked and didn't see a gold bar. Ferrari trying to get rid of as much as he can, and Rabbit has to tank on the front lines. He's got no choice. Ferrari comes in with a refraction charge up, but he's down to one defensive charge, and Rabbit, again, that Rubik control. No. They can't pull him out. They attempted to relocate safe, and now they move into Ferrari. IG are in a world of hurt as DKS will look for a counter Rex. Super has to come back, and look at SF. He starts up with the razors. Super will end up popping. He has buyback. Queen of Pain is back to the world of living now. No Sonic Wave for 13 seconds, and no Bristleback for 52. Do they go? They have to go for the
straight through it.
They got no. There's a tier 2 tower slop on the side lanes.
What?
They can't go for any more, so they feel like they just have to end this game now. Maybe this is being a little overzealous as IG. They can defend from the tier 4 towers quite easily.
I mean, they still have the Aegis on the Templar Assassin, but the fact that
This is not the dream, DKS. Like, you've got the advantage. Get back.
I mean, the problem is, what else can they do? They know they have an advantage right now with the Bristleback down guaranteed for 20 seconds, but they can't go side lanes.
If they lose more, they're in more trouble. The Sonic Wave! It's actually out from the Rubik, of all people, helping to kill off Chuan. But the Bristleback, now 10 seconds. You're taking out the tier 4 tower. The Night Stalker's going to die. There's your Echo Slam control of Ferrari. But the Wisp, the regeneration's there. No refraction charges, but they burn the Aegis to the Immortal. So TA's back to the world of living. And now DKS, for everything that they committed here, what do you really get in return? Or what we should say, what is lost? Lifestealer Ferrari. You'll scepter up in the air. He'll buy him time. Rabbit Saber Ferrari. They just keep beating him down. 100 seconds on the sideline. And the SF proving he is manly, attacking into that bristleback. He does, however, have 5 quill stacks on him. This is not where men fight. He will die here, but the life stealer turns around. Maybe it is. Rabbit, the stun's on him.
Get him out of there,
Losing
no!
too many. The relocate. It's not in time. He'll come back. I think it's over. Yeah, they will. They'll take Tier 4 towers. They'll take Fortress. They'll take the bloody game. What, IG? Why do you do this to our hearts? DKS, you've won mine.
Well played, DK Scuderia. Man, I cannot believe you're looking at that Tier 4 tower push and you're like, yeah, you've got a 1-hero advantage, but there's still an Aegis on the Templar Assassin. Unbelievable. I mean, let's start with the fact that the Bristleback in 2 different fights in a row got caught with a fissure facing the enemy and was unable to get off his cheese. He only got it off in that last fight. I mean, well played by they couldn't push the side lanes, right? They couldn't push the side lanes. They grinded this one out. IG had such a gigantic advantage, but
I can't believe IG kept coming in so close as well. Like, I was expecting this defense, like, play from back behind your Tier 4 towers. Don't come in with the Spirit Breaker. Just let him be there. If someone gets in trouble, then you charge in. Then you make the space creation. But IG, they kept coming in close, and they gave the chance. Like, I really want to give massive props right now to Bobacar as well as Wrong. The Rubicon and the Earthshaker
Sonic
did
Wave.
so much work. Yeah, the Sonic Wave of the end gave him the damage to actually give him the advantage in the fight. Same on the top lane fight as well. But it was the telekinesis grabs. It was the Earthshaker fissures. His Echo Slam initiations. They were the ones that made the plays here for DKS. And now, because of this, there is a 3-way tie in the China group.
That's right. Invictus Gaming, Newbie Young, and DK Scuderia are all 5-3 in their group. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I can't believe IG just did that. They actually had themselves at one point, I think it was a 17,000 advantage. And they lost that.
They had that much of an advantage?
It was pretty big. I would check the graph right now, but Volvo doesn't let me.
Yeah.
Either way, guys, that's going to wrap up our coverage for China today. But definitely stay tuned. We are going to come back. It is the Monkeys. The Monkeys will play up against Team Liquid. So Monkeys versus Horses will be our first game. And then the all-Swedish affair, Alliance versus NIP, is the European playoff bracket for the qualifiers for the Dota 2 Major Frankfurt. What a time ahead. Grab yourself a beverage, have a breather, and we'll see you back here soon.